Hey guys, what's up? It's Christian here, back at you for SneakerTalk with a brand new sneaker review, and today we're taking a look at a heavily requested model, the Adidas Tubular Shadow. You guys have been commenting and messaging me non-stop to review this model, the Adidas Tubular Shadow. I wanted to get this review up a few days ago, or last week. However, Champ Sports did not have them in stock at the location that I usually go to, so I wasn't able to buy them. So this is finally the long-awaited review. Now this model clearly takes a lot of inspiration from the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350, mainly the OG colorways, but on top of that they also borrow some of the tooling from the V2 as well with the way they have the back pull tab. So I'll straight up say this right now, this Adidas Tubular Shadow is honestly the best alternative you can get to the Yeezy Boost 350 by Adidas. Now they released these bad boys in a few different colorways. The colorway I have here is supposed to resemble the Oxford tan colorway. I know they've also done some black knit colorways, some white knit colorways. They've even released ones made of a leather upper, like a black one and a white one I think, but those ones aren't doing too well. The ones that are selling very well, however, are the ones that do resemble the Yeezy Boost 350 the most, and I think the Oxford tan ones did a really good job, or Adidas did a really good job with this colorway of the Tubular Shadow. Now I'm a huge fan of the Adidas Tubular line. I've been a huge fan from the very beginning, with the Tubular Runner, then the Tubular Doom, then the Tubular X, and now the Tubular Radials and the Novas. Like, there's so many out there. It's a big giant family. And this Tubular Shadow is honestly, I think, what Adidas needed for 2016 and 2017. This is gonna help their sales so much. They're gonna be able to cash in on that Yeezy hype that has been selling sneakers out non-stop, but they're gonna be able to do it at a lower price point, which means these sneakers will continuously sell out in stores. And I honestly think the way that Nike released the Roshis and how popular the Roshi runs were for Nike, I think the Tubular Shadows are gonna bring that same amount of popularity to Adidas in terms of everyday casual buyers who aren't necessarily sneakerheads. So there's gonna be a lot of people out there who want Yeezys but aren't necessarily sneakerheads and don't wanna buy fakes and don't wanna pay resale. So this Tubular Shadow is honestly gonna be something that they can just hop on and buy for retail at pretty much any footwear retailer. Let's take an up close look at these sneakers and show you guys some of the details. So coming up close to the camera, as you guys can see, we have a completely tan colorway. This sneaker here is the, what colorway is this one? The colorway for this one is called C Brown / L Brown / C Black. So I'm not sure what C brown means, maybe camel brown, light brown, and C black. I don't really see black on the sneaker. But yeah, these sneakers do come with the typical Adidas Originals box. Nothing too crazy. It's a GR anyways. Ow. Ow. So it has a completely like knit upper, and it's a mixture of a sort of black, I guess, like a sort of sandy kind of color. Like, you guys know when you go to the beach and you pick up some sand, it's a mixture of like light brown and black and like a bunch of different particle colors. Well, that's the kind of like scheme it has up in this upper here. And going down the middle of the sneaker, you have sort of like the stitching here, which reminds me of the Yeezy Boost series, like the Yeezy Boost V2, how there's a stitch going right down the middle, and even on the V1s I think. So you sort of have this like puzzle piece kind of pattern here going on the middle. Then on this inner side you have a straight up just tan upper, so they don't blend it with like a black. So it's just completely tan, so nothing crazy on this side. And going down the sneaker, you have the same upper pattern that was on the side. Going down here, these sneakers came with rope laces just like Yeezy Boost 350s do. On the very tongue, you have a suede patch that says Adidas with the trifoil logo. Let's just get some zoom in action there for you. And underneath the laces is actually pretty cool. Let's take a look underneath. So the inside of the sneaker, the way its system is to lock you in is that it has like a strap here underneath, and then you have another strap on top which covers that. So it's pretty cool the way your foot would just slide in here and then have this boop 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 boop. I don't know what I'm doing. And you guys know Adidas is known for their 3 stripes. There has to be 3 stripes somewhere on the sneaker, and the 3 stripes are actually hiding underneath the tongue where I showed you guys this earlier, and it's sort of in like a bronze kind of colorway. It looks reflective when the light from my lighting kit hits it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's just covered up like that. Yeah, there's also a little band here inside of the sneaker to keep your like tongue locked in place so it doesn't wiggle all over the place, which I know can be annoying for some people. Now as far as comfort goes, this sneaker uses a basic traditional Adidas insole, so nothing too crazy. It's super cheap, super thin. The comfort level though, like they did a good job with the construction of the midsole and the outsole, just the overall way the sneaker fits. So it really reminds me of like a Roshi 1 or a Roshi 2 kind of fit. It's gonna be a comfortable fit for everyday casual wear. Would I recommend running in these and training in these? Probably not. But for everyday casual wear, for like going to school, going to work and that kind of stuff, these will definitely fit the bill. Moving on to the back of the sneaker is where you have this sort of like spoiler here, which reminds me of the Yeezy Boost V2. I'll grab my pair for comparison. So here's a look at my Yeezy Boost V2. As you guys can see, this is the kind of spoiler it has on the back pull tab. And on the V1s, or not the V1s, these Tubular Shadows, they have a very similar kind of pull tab. So they definitely borrow that kind of aspect from the V2s. And they really are taking the colorways from the V1s. Moving down to the outsole of the sneaker, it's not your typical traditional tubular outsole. Most Adidas tubular models have a thick, giant outsole that sort of reminds you of a tire from a car. But this one, they went for a different kind of approach, and it looks a lot more thinner and more streamlined, so it's not as clunky or not as chunky as the OG tubulars were. And even as far as the general outsole of the sneaker goes, it doesn't dig as deep as other tubulars go. Usually there's like an inch of nothingness underneath the sneaker. This sneaker only ends up going for like a 1/4 inch of nothingness, so you don't have that like nothingness feeling underneath the sneaker. Sort of weird to describe like that nothingness feeling, but if you've had a tubular model, you know exactly what I mean. Now I've talked about comfort already. These are definitely comfortable, especially for the price point that you are paying. Now as far as sizing goes for the Tubular Shadow, I would recommend going half a size down your regular size. If you're like a size 10 in Air Jordan 1s, I would say go 9.5 in the Adidas Tubular Shadows. And if you have a wider foot, this sneaker will definitely accommodate for you. The upper is definitely forgiving and stretchable, so your wider foot will not have an issue with that. If you have wide feet, I would recommend going your true size or possibly half a size up. But again, Adidas's return policy is very, very forgiving. So if you want to try them just by ordering them online and they don't fit you properly, you can return them hassle-free, which is really useful. That's gonna wrap up today's sneaker review of the Adidas Tubular Shadow. Let me know what you guys think about the sneaker in the comments down below. I'll leave you guys with some on-feet footage and a sort of like OOTD to show you guys how I would style these sneakers and what I would wear with the sneaker, because a few of you guys have asked me for that kind of video. And hopefully you subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you've already subscribed, hit that notification bell down below. All of my social media is also in the description down below, so feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, add me on Snapchat, Snops, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and peace out.